And good afternoon. In this video lesson I will tell you how to do mesotherapy. Mesotherapy comes for the face, for the body, and for the head. Mesotherapy for the body is usually an anti-cellulite fat burning cocktail, which is made into the problem areas of the person. Let's ask the model what areas of the body she considers problematic, and try to advise something from our side, what we can offer with the help of mesotherapy to do. Well, like all girls, my problem area is my stomach and thighs. So we're going to inject here. Good. The belly under our belly button. Next, we're going to put a few shots in the flank. And just into the other barrel. We're turning around to follow. See what you can make the inside surface. On one foot, on the other. Seeing that there's a slight roll over the basket. And from the side. That's as far as the front end is concerned. We turn around and see what we can do under the buttocks. And we press like this. So, also the therapy method can be done to the shoulder area, the area where some women get wet. They put on a bra, and they have this bra right here, this piece of chink right here, falling out. That's the area we do that to. It also happens in these women that also from the bra we see the formation of these hooks. This model, of course, has everything smooth, everything beautiful, but for those who need to do to this area, also mesotherapy will help to reduce the volume. And mesotropia bodywork, like an anti-cellulite burning cocktail, is also done to the second chin area where it shouldn't be. That is, a fat fold is defined here, and perpendicularly we inject a frying drug into it. In general, the model will rely and proceed with the procedure. For the procedure of mesotherapy on the body, we will need cosmetic wipes, lorhexidine to treat the surface on which we are going to work. Next is the drug itself. That's the kind of guy we have, ampoules. Disposable gloves in which we will perform the entire procedure. Syringe. And a 30 or 27 gyre placement needle. Put on disposable gloves. We put chlorhexidine on the wipe. And treat all the surfaces we're going to work with. You should have a trash bag next to you so that you immediately throw away all the used materials there, so that you never have any trash in the procedure area. Thank you. How do you open the ampoule? With a napkin like this. At Lamita. The syringe has its own native big needle. You can see it's about this big. Clearly, we're not giving her mesotherapy. You only needed to dial up the drug. Dialing the drug. As a rule, the drugs are expensive, so it is necessary to dial up the drug to the last drop. So, if we get air in, we let it out and dial the drug down further. Here you go. We can see that here the ampoule is fully utilized. Put the cap on the needle. Take off the needle. Get a replacement needle. Putting it on. Screw it in good. Please note that if you put the needle on badly, then during the procedure can be such a pish, and the needle will shoot out, and all the drug will fly in different directions, including can get into your eyes. To make sure this never happens, be sure to check that the needle is sitting tightly. So when you have everything ready for the procedure, once again let the air out of the syringe if there is any. Let's get rid of all the excess. Prepare a wipe treated with chlorhexidine. So you can have it in your hand, or here is somewhere you can insert it. But it's better to have it in hand. Take off the cap. Don't throw the cap away. You'll need it to remove the needle later. So we leave the cap in a place where we're sure not to lose it. When everyone is ready, we warn the client that if they suddenly need time to rest, they say stop and I remove my hands, the client rests, and then we continue the procedure when they are ready for it again. Okay. Sure. Let's go then. Here we take the area we've mapped out for ourselves and work with it. So how is mesotherapy done on the body? It's only done in the muscle. You can't do mesotherapy. Let's take the fat fold. Distinguishing a fat fold from a fold with muscle is not that difficult. So it's clear that we have more muscle on our buttocks. We don't have a full girl. There is some maybe wishful thinking to reduce in localized areas, but not explicit. So slim girls like our model today have fat deposits on their buttocks. As such, there is no mesotherapy to work with. You can feel the muscles here, you can feel the muscle tone. You can't do mesotherapy on your muscles. Where we have fat, we clamp the fold and inject the drug strictly perpendicularly. So the drug is administered in a strong, confident motion. Remember that when you have a lot of drug, the piston presses down hard. During the procedure, the drug is used and the piston starts to go easily. And be prepared for that. Distribute the entire lineup evenly. Here we go. Squeeze the fold and inject the drug. Here's 3 we did, let's say the cistern area. Make sure that the drug is consumed evenly. So you can't do one side, we did on one side and do the other side. And then suddenly there wasn't enough medicine for the other one. This situation shouldn't happen. That's why I recommend doing one side and immediately synchronizing the other side. One side, one side, one side, one side, one side. So that you don't run out of the drug unexpectedly and you get asymmetry. Made as many as 3. So the model tolerance is good. So it makes sense to do the procedure quickly and not be distracted by conversations. And the sooner we do it, the sooner we let it go. Treat the entire surface with a chlorhexidine wipe. Next, we're going to ask our model to flip over. On your stomach. And this is where we see that the drug is almost out of stock. A little bit may be enough for the inside. At the end of the procedure, we put the cap on, show the client that the drug is completely used up, that I will not inject myself or another client with the same drug for new money. That is, you have to be honest with your clients and make sure that the procedure is done by the book. Accordingly, we have shown that the drug is completely used up, and we discard the syringe. At the end of the treatment, once again treat all areas with cortisone. And we give recommendations for clients that after the procedure mesotherapy about a week in the bath, sauna, tanning we exclude. Alcohol consumption for about 2 or 3 days for sure. Preferably no smoking today, tomorrow. Sure. And in order for mesotherapy to give some amazing effects, of course, it is necessary to combine it with massage procedures, with exercise and with proper nutrition. Mesotherapy itself certainly works, but it's not as effective as doing it all together. Therefore, Maestro is a great way to supplement massages. That is, with massages we break, knead fat folds, and with myostropy we inject a fat-burning anti-cellulite cocktail into the areas we need. And after, we broke up the massage, stretching the area. The injected drug begins to spread very actively, to act. And all the cells break down even harder, even more vigorously. And weight loss happens literally before your eyes. That is, some people even see their body volume significantly reduced the next day. Like, for example, if you wouldn't do the therapy method after a massage. The therapy method is done once a week. And its course is a minimum of 5 to 6 sessions, but usually it is a course of 10 to 15 sessions. A lymphatic drainage massage the next day would be great. So now the drug that we've introduced, it's there to break down fat. And the next day, when we do lymphatic drainage massage, we help the body to eliminate all the toxins, all the breakdown products, and through the lymph system it is all eliminated. Extra fluid, extra water, and plus the fact that it will break down the drug. So the next day, of course, a lymphatic drainage massage is recommended or treatments such as press therapy. So press therapy, vacuum massage is all about drainage, which promotes the excretion of toxins and excess fluids from the body. What kind of results can you see from myostropy? Once again, if we do myostropy by itself, the results will not be as amazing as when we do it in a complex, when we add it to massage procedures, to wraps. If you just do mesotherapy, then in the volumes, for example, can go anywhere from 1.5 centimeters from the course to somewhere around 5 to 6 centimeters. If we add in combination with massages, with wraps, then, of course, the method of therapy enhances the effect. And up to 24 to 26 centimeters in volume can go away from the course of all procedures with the method of therapy. The main contraindication to the procedure method of therapy is, of course, allergic reactions to the components of the drugs that we inject. The preparations are made hypoallergenic. Of course, it is not favorable to any manufacturer to have its drug somehow. It's notorious for some bad reviews. Therefore, manufacturers, of course, on their part, do everything to minimize these cases when some reaction occurs. So, when a client comes in, we ask if there are any allergies. And if there are, how do they manifest into what? If a person has once had an anaphylactic shock on something, it is clear that we will not risk it and immediately refuse it. If it's the components of the drug, we'll say no right away. Or we change it. If some, in principle, allergic reaction in life was, but manifested as itching redness, that is nothing terrible, then, in principle, if you do not see that the components coincide, the components of the cocktail coincide with those to which a person is allergic, in principle, you can do. We'll check that out. And I would also like to add that in my practice, of course, in 10 years, there has not been a single case of something terrible, supernatural. Who does mesotherapy? Some people have this question: what if I inject somewhere in the wrong place? Well, body mesotherapy. Let's see, we have a body. We have areas where there are obvious fatty folds. And the method of bodywork therapy is done exactly in them. I mean, you can inject in the wrong places. It's certainly hard to imagine. Not in the muscle. In the fat. We take the fat and inject strictly perpendicularly. That's it. It's nothing complicated, the procedure is simple. There's nothing to be afraid of. And mesotherapy products. The most common is Mesotherapy. It is an anti-cellulite and fat-burning cocktail. And celliform, phosphatidylcholine. So these are the components that break down fat. They are usually of natural origin, so they can't harm humans either. On the day of the procedure, it is recommended that you do not touch yourself with your hands and eliminate contact with water. That is, you can only shower the day after the procedure.